This is Nerd Wars.
Which comic book should HBO adapt next? In honor of HBO's Watchmen coming, well, it's not HBO's, it's Alan Moore. I mean, come on. Let's get obvious. It's not HBO's Watchmen, but Watchmen and Damon Lindelof are adapting Watchmen. I'm so curious to see how they're going to tackle this. But they've wanted to amp up production on a lot of new shows, so we want to beg the question, what comic book should we pull out and have HBO adapt next? Gil, what comic book did you choose?
I'm going to go with Saga.
Okay. And let's just get our comics out of the way. Peter, what did you choose?
I'm doing Kieran Gillen's Wicked and Divine.
Wicked and
I
Divine.
had
All
that
right.
drink before. It's pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Let's go and fight it out. Tell them now. Look,
we go first.
Familiarize us with the comic a little bit for those who don't know, and then tell us why. But let's start off with let's hear about your comics. Why don't you start?
I'll start first. Wicked and Divine is a award-winning British comic from Kieran Gillen and Jamie McKelvey. He does the art for it. Now, Wicked and Divine came out in 2015. Won Best British Comic of the Year that year, and has been nominated for about 4 or 5 Eisner Awards as well. It's a comic about 12 gods being reincarnated into teenagers every 90 years, where they become famous musicians and pop stars.
All right. Gil, tell us about Saga, if you can.
So imagine, if you will, one item that contains everything that you've ever loved in the realm of entertainment. I'm talking fantasy. I'm talking dragons, sci-fi, spaceships, women with 6 breasts, everything, including a great love story between 2 people who really can't be together because society says so, but are because, well, they like fucking. That is Saga.
True love.
And I think if there's anything that HBO would want to touch, it's a weird fucking 6-titted fuckfest with a bunch of people dying. That is Saga.
All right. We've learned about the comics. For those who don't know, look them up. Good comics. Now, tell us, why is this the best adaptation for HBO? How many episodes? How many series? Tell me.
I mean, unlike Saga, Wicked and Divine has a finite number of issues, so it's pretty much road mapped out already. Saga, which right now is on hiatus because they don't know where to go with the comic right now. So, I mean, if HBO does adapt it, they could have a good roadmap to actually produce the whole thing. Now, as for Saga, I mean, who needs another grand space opera? I mean, we already get Star Wars movies every year. Does HBO actually want to produce something that high sci-fi? I mean,
Well, they did Game of Thrones.
I mean, Game of Thrones it's fantasy. It's not sci-fi.
I know, but it's still a shit ton of CGI and a lot of expensive battles. I mean, there was that one battle that was like 10 days long and was only like maybe 15, 20 minutes in the movie or in the show.
But compared to like Cats That Talk,
Yeah. Dragons,
like
dire wolves.
6-titted spider women bounty hunters. Like, I don't know
I mean, honestly,
if HBO will actually take the steps to actually adapt this, because it might be a big risk on their side.
And how is the aesthetics of your book? How is the aesthetics of your book?
It's set in London, so they can film on
The coloration
site.
you're considering.
The coloration?
Yeah. Is it just drawn normally or is it like psychedelic?
It's pretty psychedelic.
Okay.
But they don't have to use that.
Oh, they don't have to do that.
I
yeah.
mean, Jamie
So
McKelvey's art
just the
is
people
amazing.
themselves, not the actual
Yeah.
art. So it doesn't have to be like true to it, just to be whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah, that's cool. So you say it has like a definitive timeline.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but outside of the last season or so of Game of Thrones, and honestly that's one of the biggest representations of it, the writing hasn't been the best, but I fucking love dragons. I don't want it to end. I don't want Saga to end. Even if they have to take a while, go ahead and take as much time as you want, because I don't want it to end.
So you're saying you want Saga to become the next Walking Dead?
Well, it's like Walking Dead, but good.
There is no Walking Dead but good. Walking Dead is just bad.
I agree. That's a discussion we can have later, but it's something that's actually captivating and harrowing, and it doesn't rely on silly tropes like, oh, look at me, I'm
That whole book
redneck
is
with a
nothing
bat.
but silly tropes. It's just like,
they're
oh, let's
better.
have this ogre have a dick for no reason, just because.
That's a trope.
People like
The
cats
dick
that
trope?
talk. That's a thing, right? At least this is
Because it
a.
adds for a story.
Wicked
You
Divine
have
is a
bounty
timeless
hunter
story.
walking with a cat that literally cannot stop himself from revealing that you're lying. I mean, I would never be able to have that. Can you imagine going fucking home to your parents?
All right, can you guys give me, like, what's the Red Wedding? Or I don't want to spoil too much, but, like, give me an episode or two of this show.
Season finale. Let's go to the first season finale, where one of the pantheon, the gods, who they only have 2 years to live. That's what the whole story's about. One of them gets killed. Lucifer herself gets murdered in the first story arc after a big fight with the other pantheon.
Okay, so Lucifer, the god, gets killed. Surprise, kill. Spoiler alert. Okay. I mean, aside from someone being killed, give me more. I'm not understanding because I'm not as familiar with the comic.
Yeah.
Give me more. What's it feel like?
Well, the comic is it's just like it's a story about like adolescents who get all this power but know that they're going to die in 2 years. So what do you do with all these abilities before your flame goes out?
And it's a lot of special effects too?
Yeah.
Okay, so both of these are going to require special effects.
I mean,
It's
not
fair
as
to
much
say.
as like space fights
Got
and
it,
a tree
okay.
ship.
Yeah, tree ship.
All right, give me an episode of yours.
Literally, one of the episodes they have is where. Pardon me, I can't remember the guy's name because I don't remember names. But he spends the entire time high on a planet, believing that he's being provoked and being helped by his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, who happens to be a gigantic spider lady with 6 tits. And the entire time you find out that she actually dead and he just gone batshit insane because he couldn't deal with the loss. And they also, the nanny is a
Wait, they killed the 6-titted spider girl?
I know, it's crazy. I mean, there goes my...
I mean, aren't
it's
we
not a negative.
Are we past objectifying women with 6 tits and just throwing them out there on television?
No. I mean, I'm not.
Wait, is she naked or is she
Oh,
in
she's
in
all
I mean,
clothes?
she's the boobs, but I mean, she's a spider lady. If you find the spider lady attractive,
She
you
has
got
like a
other
dress
problems.
around her ass, but that's it.
Is it like the Total Recall girl, but
It's
2
abdomen,
layers?
Thank you.
Like an abdomen.
like a
with-
six-pack.
But she has no arms though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, she's a spider lady with no arms?
Yeah.
She's
it's weird.
legs. Spiders have legs.
And some of the tits might be paper mache.
Yeah, you never know.
Papier-mâché tits. Anyway, okay. Both of you gave me surprise kills. Is there, in your closing arguments, and everybody wants to chime in, tell me again why this is going to be the better HBO show.
Let me put it this way.
How is this the water cooler talk?
So, your description of it
Yeah.
sounded very similar to a show that was on Sci-Fi Channel, where it was basically the Norse gods. Yes, the Amazing Johnsons.
Great show.
It's been bugging me what
New
that
Zealand.
show was. It was a New Zealand show, and I only watched maybe half an episode, and it lost all my interest. He described it just now, and I am totally, honestly, never followed this series, but I would rather watch his show. It definitely has more interest, not because of the 6 titties,
It was
but
the talking cat, right?
Partially,
the talking cat, the concept,
cat.
like HBO will have the backing to put in the fantasy aspect and make it look and appeal the way that you want it to, and with the writers that you need it to be, and it's going to be really good. And come at me, Lynn. I'm ready for you.
However, in the first season of Game of Thrones, they actually had to tone down a lot of the special effects and like any of the like large fight scenes or any of the large set design scenes because it was the first season and HBO is a business and they know that they can't just suddenly jump into something with an insanely massive budget without knowing that they're going to get the numbers to back it up. And they didn't start getting that budget until like season 3.
Every show does that. They have that buffer period of where they're going to come into adjustment and
However-
grow into it. And that's going to be the same argument that you would use for your show that, oh, yeah, we got to grow into how great we're going to be and how awesome it's going to be.
Saga is immediately a giant special effects whore, which means that it would be immediately too expensive to produce.
I forgot to mention, he mentioned the Eisner Awards. If you look at this book's awards, it's like seeing, I don't know, Einstein's...
one of a lot of awards.
Yeah, it's
It's,
so well regarded.
It's exactly 72 Eisner Awards, but it's only for the art.
Only 72.
For the art, not the
Yeah,
story.
but still 72.
We watch TV
you
for
won
the
like
story.
5 and they were only for British.
Okay, we watch TV for the story. The artwork, her artwork, Fiona Staples' artwork, is not going to be
We
able to
watch
transfer
TV for the stories.
to television.
So you don't
So it hasn't
watch the
won any
visuals?
awards for the story, only the art. That's a good.
Yes,
That's
they've
an
been
interesting
nominated.
point. Okay.
So you only watch TV for the story? You don't look for the visuals or anything? You close your eyes and you just-
Visuals are there; it's all part of the thing. But
Yeah,
if the show has a shit story, I'm not going to watch it.
I don't know. I
It's
can
the
see some-
reason why Star Trek's so big. Up until Discovery, they had absolutely nothing for a budget, but it has the biggest following of possibly any fandom, even including Star
That's
Wars,
like
if you look
watching
it up online.
Baywatch for the story. You want to watch Baywatch for the story? They watched it for the visuals.
So are you calling Saga Baywatch?
There ain't no
Of
story in
the fantasy
Baywatch.
world,
It was Babe
it
Watch
may
for a
as
reason.
well be. it will appeal to all your needs.
I mean, Baywatch also
all
has a
6
lot
of
of
your needs.
Baywatch also has a lot of non-needed tits just jiggling around. So that's a good analogy.
This is the Hate on Tits podcast.
All right.
Tits are great. It's just that
Oh, you
they're
say
not
that
a
now.
story.
You say that now.
All right. 10-second final closing. Anybody can chime in. I just want to give me something I haven't heard that's going to sell me on your show. Enough of the shitting on the other one. 10-second sell on why your show is going to be the best.
Everybody wants an ending. Saga apparently does not have an ending. Huh?
I don't want anything.
No, yes, you
Don't
do.
leave me.
You want your show to end. You want to have that conclusion. You want that closure in a show. And you're not going to trust that with TV producers to give you that ending. So they at least have a baseline and where they can actually add filler episodes or whatever to make it last longer, but you still want that ending.
A proper plot does have the beginning, middle, and end. And
So
if
they're
it has
going-
no end and it has nowhere to
They're
go, it
going
sucks.
heavy on plot. Gil, give me something different. Why am I choosing Saga?
There's a dragon who sucks his own dick. I mean,
All right.
boom.
Time.
I don't need to say anything else.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. It's definitely true.
In like the second issue,
I mean,
you see a
fuck, I'm kind of curious how that happens.
you see an orc or something with balls so large, it's impossible for him to actually walk properly.
picture of it on YouTube, but
I mean,
But it is
Follow me on
HBO. I
Instagram,
mean, that
we'll
is
see.
sort of what they do. I mean, fuck, Gil. I was really about to go there, but for some strange reason, I kind of really want to watch it, see how a dragon does that. I mean,
wouldn't think
that's
it. I
fascinating.
fucking Sean McConnery, I am
mean-
the last one. Suck my
And
dick.
I got to say, the one thing you guys didn't call, because I haven't read either of these, but I know that
I'll get you
I
the
know
first
that they
trade
have
paperback.
time's up. I know they have said they will never give the rights for anyone to ever make the show, which you guys didn't say, and I kept waiting for someone to say. The fact that you didn't use that as an argument, and the fact that then maybe we could see all this crazy shit. I just gotta go, Saga. You got me at the very end with the dragon sucking its dick. I guess. Wow.
What's in the content of the
He brought the dragon sucking dick at the end, and you didn't bring that fact.
You can't. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you got it. Yeah, I was waiting for you to say it, and no one did.
I withheld a billion arguments in mind, and you didn't bring any of those.
That's
up.
what happens when you fail to
meta-judging.
plan.
but anyway,
if Andy wants to admit he's into dragon fucking, let's just go.
I
that
mean,
way.
yeah, who isn't? Bad
I'm not
Dragon,
into it, but
sponsor us.
I want to know how that happened and how that goes down. Plus, like talking cat.
Dragon. What do you mean? How?
I don't know. What's a dragon
It's got
dick
a
look
long
like?
neck.
I don't know. I want to see what this artist thinks
Actually,
it
really
is.
stumpy on both ends.
Did a lot of yoga.
Yeah.
This story is very
like the
popular,
Michael
very well
Jackson of
known. I want to
dragons.
hear more. And I didn't really.
Oh, no, not Michael.
You didn't sell me enough. It's the kids as guides. It sounded interesting, but they both sound expensive. I want to. He piqued my curiosity. I want to see. I guess I'm a crazy person. Round 3. Which character should Princess Peach end up with? Mario or Bowser? That's right. Princess Peach seems like Mario seems like the win, but man, Bowser's turned out to really have a crush on her. And the question is, does she have a crush back? Let's have the debate, settle it once and all for all. Don, who are you picking?